Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Well, what have we here?
It's a podcast.
Fine.
And what excitement we have today.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
She was coming round the corner doing 90 when the chain on the motorcycle broke. She was laying in the grass with the kickstand upper and her playing Dixie on the spokes.
Is that a song from your childhood?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh,
do you know the one
she looked so fair in the midnight air when the wind blew up her 90. Those have been with me for
I was going to say,
decades.
that's like you were a shock jock as a kid.
Power 105 WAVA. Who's this? Hey, how you doing? I'm Captain Fogel. We used to have reverb on the
Mike,
microphone.
Point of order, he would say, Captain Fogel phone.
Captain Fogel phone.
Captain Dave.
Captain Dave Fogel.
He came to our
everybody.
high school and spoke in our driver's safety class.
Captain Fogel did?
Dave Fogel is in my yearbook, sitting in.
All right. Oh, there's some age perspective.
Yeah, that's true.
The concept God, the mind's a weird thing, and
It is.
time is a weird thing. So I think still of Captain Fogel as a kid.
Oh my God, really? He's like 90 now.
I think of Captain Fogel as a kid. So the concept of him speaking to your school.
Well, I mean, he wasn't like bringing in Abe Lincoln. It was still a DJ, but
He was a very effusive, upbeat radio personality. A la Tom Kent. Did we lose Tom Kent?
Yeah, we lost TK. But I would say that Fogel was perfect for the time. That was the perfect era for that kind of disc jockey.
The personalities of the radio personalities that I've known over the years, so vast an array of types of individuals. Just depressive.
We should do a show where I can just toss out random names, and you can take what they were like.
We should do that on one of our mini episodes during the holidays. I'd love to do that.
People should
with
know
you.
that we're going to give them new content every day through the holidays.
Yeah, we're going to abbreviate instead of just pounding out of here. We're going to be doing what are we calling them? Mini shows?
Mini episodes.
Mini episodes, and
but they're not that small. They're a half.
No, they'll be about
long.
a half hour. They'll be about a half hour, and fun to listen to. Unique. Rob talking to his kid, me talking to Michael. I might do a thing on coping with the current world for Mike O'Mara's primer for Democratic depression.
That need to be a longer episode.
A maxi episode.
All right. Since it's a door,
right?
He opens the door just a little bit when he pokes me, so I have to ask a question. All right.
Yeah.
He pokes and then he smiles. Look at him. He's as
his
happy
choices.
as a clam. Yes.
Is he trying to? What is he doing with
Trump's
these
choices
choices he's making? Because
I have an idea.
Trump's choices.
No,
because they are very, very bad choices, and they're upsetting me greatly.
Okay.
And I'm trying to be.
Ed.
I'm trying to be a patriot.
Mike,
I think
respect
each
the
of his
presidency.
Each of his choices is a direct response to a frustration that the Republicans had. Matt Gaetz is clearly selected because of the Russian Gate stuff, because he was the most outspoken pushing back against that in Congress.
I thought Matt Gaetz was chosen because he had excellent support in young women.
That's funny.
RFK was
like
selected because of the COVID frustration.
Brainworm.
And I think Tulsi Gabbard, was very outspoken about the Hunter laptop. So I think
Is that your Kelsey Gabbard noise?
The Tulsi, not Kelsey.
Tulsi, sorry.
Tulsi Gabbard.
Sorry.
Say it again.
Tulsi Gabbard.
And the guy from Fox News.
I don't know that dude.
He
should have chosen Steve Ducey.
He wrote a book about DEI in the military.
DEI.
So I think Trump is picking on people that have one specific thing that they're focused on, that they've been focused on as a frustration.
Oh,
So are you saying,
Damn
Josh,
it.
In a way, Josh, is he just booking novelty acts now? Like, this guy can juggle. Okay, we'll take him.
Loyalists.
This
He's
guy-
booking loyalists.
Okay,
It's
loyal.
no, it's
novelty
more.
acts.
It's more loyalist. Yes,
see.
it's all loyalists.
By the way, I want to talk about all the fluid that is out of my body right now.
Now, Mike, that's gross.
I normally I'm beginning my full hydration, and my routine.
You have a thing, right, today?
I have a procedure
A thing, yeah.
today, and they don't let me have coffee, so I can't have my coffee. I am getting an abdominal aortic aneurysm screening that is a routine part of my Medicare wellness check.
It's a
and
triple
I have
AS. The AAAS.
It's an ASS.
I'm just proud of you for following instructions.
I'm following instructions because I believe in the system now taking care of me, that it is my obligation to take care of the system by screening myself for all this stuff so I don't have provide more of a drain on the system. But I never pay attention till the day of.
What's that?
I knew I had to fast.
Right.
I knew I had an 8-hour fast, but I didn't realize until early this morning when I hopped on to look at it that it is coffee and caffeine products included.
That's bad.
And also, I didn't get a chance to know whether regular water was acceptable, but I don't think it is either. They don't want you. They want you to have a really empty tummy for the best images.
Could you
of
drink
this.
a clear fluid like beer?
Beer? That'd be fun.
You can't have coffee, but you can. I just had a weird thought when Josh was.
I'll be
congratulating you.
taking a water break in a second here. I can't do the show like this. I am so dehydrated.
When Josh talked about your procedure, Josh, do you think you're saying instructions when you say instructions? Because it almost sounds like we.
Does he say instructions? Does he say
I said
instructions?
weird.
No, he said instructions, but I'm thinking that would be the way he would say it if the word was instructions.
Instructions.
Following.
The way Benedict Cumberbatch says penguins. He
Not
says
acceptable.
penguins.
Penguin, yeah. And it got through editing.
Absolutely one of the great. But by the way, if you get a chance, I watch highlights of him. I don't watch the regular show, and I should because he panels still, and that's Graham Norton out of London, who does just a phenomenal talk show. My buddy Mark Dicio, great attorney, hit me to that, and I love that show when I watch clips of it. It's so. I think all talk shows ought to bring back paneling. And
all talk shows can't handle paneling. Can you imagine Jimmy Fallon if he had to panel?
No, Jimmy Fallon would not be in control.
Right.
You have to have the gravitas of the host who could handle it. But it became really, you can blame Letterman for that too, to an extent, because Letterman's ego wanted one-on-one, and he didn't want anybody stealing the thunder. Johnny Carson's,
he wasn't allowed to have a panel. That was in Johnny's memo.
Really?
Band couldn't be an orchestra. Band had to be stage right as opposed to stage left. No monologue and no panel. That was what Johnny requested. Yeah.
That's a
Very
lot
specific.
of control for leaving.
Well,
yeah, well, I think he probably had it while he was a late night host.
Yeah,
That's
it
probably
started at
why
NBC, and I think Carson was a producer, was he not, of the original NBC show?
I don't know, but I mean, it just.
But Johnny had
a
whole bunch. I always thought it was wild that Johnny said, you can have a band, but it has to be a rock band, and they can't be on the same side as my band, so they have to be stage right.
So that was kind of image control and controlling his brand, which he did. But he also wasn't on the program. He was not averse to having luminaries on the right next. Burt Reynolds, Dean Martin, Bob Hope, major stars who would be stealing the spotlight, which is why he was great.
Yeah.
And I get back to that, even though I know that a lot of books allege that he was a monster behind the scenes, but when you talk about that show, nothing made him happier. And I would imagine that's not true for all talk show hosts. But for me, it's true. If I ever interviewed somebody and they went nuts and were fabulous and just were giving, it was the greatest joy of my life.
Yeah.
And I don't know if a Jay Leno has that chip. I don't think Jay.
It'd be so funny.
I think Jay always wants it to be about Jay.
I think you're right, and I think Jay
And I think
started that.
Jimmy wants it to be about being cute. And Letterman liked the spotlight, but I think Letterman liked good guests too.
Yeah,
So,
he
who
liked the
knows?
moments he could create. I do miss Johnny. He was so good. I think he would have made a great attorney general.
You're putting me back on the politics, aren't you?
No,
I will
at
say
the thought
this.
of Johnny being the attorney general. You did what?
As everybody knows, everybody,
This is dry mouth O'Mara. Everybody knows.
as everybody knows, makes you sound like you're almost loaded. Everybody knows. Although I did want to drink last night because we had my sister here, and of course it was all weekend long.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to continue it after the baseball game. Congratulations to the Navy Blue team. Again, another victory. We are tied for the head of the division. The team tied with us knocked us off 2 times last week.
Ugh.
Not sure we'll play them again. But if we win our game Thursday, we certainly will be at least tied for number 1 in the league. Which
Who's
is
the
Do you
other
have
team?
playoffs? So
I don't know what
team in
we're going to do
playoffs?
with playoffs. I do not know. They're talking about a tournament in December. Isn't that cool? Florida.
Yeah.
Isn't Florida cool? A baseball tournament in December. That's just about the coolest thing in the world. I love
Christmas.
love that.
Christmas on the diamond.
I think it's fantastic.
How
but
about Bill O'Reilly as Secretary of Communications?
now, or you mean press secretary?
No,
Secretary of
I've
Communications?
I've invented a title for him in the cabinet, as I'm
think-
sure Trump would do.
I think we might need to do a bonus show later of Rob Spiewak's presidential cabinet.
Oh, who I would put in it, or just
Who
the
you would
titles?
put in all these roles?
Well, Josh, I want you to know you will be included.
All right, I could maybe, if you guys peppered me with questions, Josh, for Rob's or Rob, you two, bring up a list of the cabinet positions, like Homeland Security. Rob, do it,
Okay.
Rob, do it. Bring it up. Are you bringing
right.
it up? Are you bringing it? Because you want to have a list, so you ask me who the people should be.
There's like 5,000, so just like the top.
Well,
six.
no, the
Top
top, state, defense, all that. Because I think I could fill those roles very neatly. I'm not going to wonk it either. I'm going to try to make it everyman
Okay.
at the same time.
Top cabinet posts, Mike. Here we are.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
My nominees.
All right. Who do you want as chief of staff?
Okay, let's see. Chief of staff. Now, would this be for Trump?
I think this would be the O'Mara administration.
I think I want since Trump's president, let's make the people that I
Not
want Trump to have.
yet, but when he turns president,
This is
turns
true.
president,
Turns
If I
president.
get
when he wakes up on January 20th and he's become president. So chief of staff for Donald Trump's second administration.
Mark Cuban.
I like it.
Well, he hates Mark Cuban, so that's
Yeah,
not going to work.
They don't
but,
like each other.
But
That's
I'm
the
putting.
problem.
I'm just putting in the names that people might know.
Well, Mark Cuban is great, though. How about that? He's
There
great
we
on
go.
that Shark Tank thing.
it.
Secretary
Yeah,
of
this is-
State.
That Shark Tank thing.
That show, that program that they run on CNBC all the time.
All right,
Well,
you
that
got
case, Kevin
sec-
O'Leary would be a better fit because him and Trump get along.
Kevin O'Leary.
If we're going Shark Tank based.
No, don't want him. He's too flashy.
What about
with his,
Barbara
with his
Corcoran?
red watches and his red and his tie
Mike,
pin?
You mean
and- yeah.
too wonderful?
Yeah. What about Barbara Corcoran as Secretary of High?
Why are we staying with Shark Tank now? Let's move on. Let's
okay,
move
Mike,
on, please.
Who would you have as Secretary of State?
A statesperson,
Yeah.
Secretary of State, somebody who, Mitt Romney.
I like to bring back Mitt. Mitt with an exclamation
Trying to
point.
bring some Republicans into the fold
I think
here.
that's nice. Attorney General.
Attorney General. Let me see. Attorney General Johnny Cochran, the late Johnny Cochran.
See, I would have brought in the new Matlock. I would have brought in
Kathy Bates?
Yes.
Good choice. Yours is
have
better
you watched
than
the
mine.
new Matlock? It's great.
I have not. Nor
Jason
will I,
Ritter, very
ever.
good. Deputy Attorney General. Who's serving under Kathy?
No, I don't
Mike-
want a deputy. We're going to go to the heads of the cabinet.
Okay,
here.
Health and Human Services. Sorry, Health and HHS, Health and Human Services.
Health and Human Services. Dr.
Detroit.
No, not Dr. Phil.
Ken
Trying
Jeong.
to think. Who's Neil Tyson DeGrath?
He could be. Isn't it DeGrasse?
deGrasse.
Yeah, he could be anything.
Or
He's
Neil
very,
deGrasse Tyson.
very good. I think
that the
they're
name?
both great.
Right.
UN ambassador. That's United Nations.
Giselle Bundchen.
Oh, I was going to go with the great Diane Cannon. She has more wisdom.
She's dead, isn't she?
I think she's alive.
Okay, very good.
Yeah,
Congratulations. She's
cannon.
got to be 90.
Border czar.
Oh, the border czar. Who's the guy that played Anton in No Country for Old Men? Javier Bardem.
Oh, great. You know what's weird?
Border
is that
czar.
for
Or
all
Benicio del Toro.
Mike, that this CBS News listing of all the cabinet posts, it must be
Or
sort of
John
hurtful.
Leguizamo.
Also great. It must be hurtful to the border czar, who I think Trump has named Tom Homan. Border czar is the only cabinet post in quotation marks.
Well, because
That's
it's not
sad,
a real
right?
thing.
That's what I'm saying. It's sort of
Border
diminishes-
czar.
Yeah, short of the Ayatollah of rock and roll. Mike, who would you put in defense secretary?
Secretary of Defense?
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan.
Oh, he's great, and he could bring.
No,
in,
I'd like a legitimate military person that I would put there. Let me think. He's dead, but it would have been Arlie Ermy.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah.
What is that, Private Pile? A jelly donut. Is chow allowed in the mess, Private Pile? Are you allowed to eat jelly donuts, Private Pile? Because you are a disgusting fat body, Private Pile.
If you brought along the Hulkster, then you would automatically get the Love Sponge. Bubba would be there.
Yes,
They're
Todd
very
Clem.
close. Thank you, Mike. I did not know his
Thanks so
real
much.
name.
Appreciate it.
National. Here we go. Secretary of Veterans Affairs.
Veteran secretaries? Mm-hmm. Secretary of Veterans Affairs.
Veteran Affairs.
All right, I'm bored with this. I don't want to do it anymore. It's boring
Okay.
me.
But
All
I
right,
would have put
you-
up Chuck Norris for border czar.
Borders are, yeah, tough guy. Tough guy. Yes, sir.
I heard yesterday that Chuck Norris waved at a blind guy, and the blind guy waved back. That's how
Really?
powerful Chuck Norris is.
Really?
Those stupid Chuck Norris. Anyway, just a fresh one I hadn't heard before.
Russia says Ukraine has fired U.S.-made long-range missiles into Russia in a major escalation of the conflict. Interesting. We live in interesting times, ladies and gentlemen. Very newsy at the beginning of this. But
Who would you make as Solicitor General, Mike?
all right, we're done. We're done with that. God,
But you're
thanks for-
preparing for your procedure.
yes.
Somehow we were on your procedure.
I don't know
before we
how
got to
that
this.
happened, but things happen on this show. That's the way it goes. So it is a
Mike's doctor
and
will be firing a long-range missile this afternoon.
Now, well, according to Google, it says this is just an ultrasound.
It is an ultrasound,
Oh,
but
okay.
why? And it is an abdominal aortic aneurysm screening, and one of the risk factors is being over 60. So I think that's why I'm doing it.
It
And
says-
that is,
yeah.
it's very dangerous if you have one of these. Very dangerous.
Yeah. Do you know what they look for?
They look for an enlargement of the aortic valve that goes from the stomach area.
Yeah. It is described here as they are looking for no bulge, small bulge, medium bulge, or large bulge.
And I guess it can be treated if it's caught early, like so many things. So
When I had DirecTV, I paid, I think, $4.99 a month for the large bulge package.
Oh, speaking of that, you know, I don't mind telling people this. But I've always given people behind the scenes information. Today, I have an appointment with Fut.
Who?
I wasn't sure if he's going with the large bulge or the DirecTV angle.
Fiber Optic Man.
Oh, to update your intranet.
Okay.
Yes,
That's good.
coming in today. So we'll see what happens
When he
tomorrow.
comes in, make sure you tell him the size of your bulge.
My bulge. That's it. So I get it can rupture, and if it ruptures, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
13th or 14th leading cause of death in the United States.
Up 2
Did you know
spots
that?
From number 14. Isn't that what Arnold had? Didn't he have a bad valve issue with his aorta?
I have no idea. But I know he had a ticker thing. But this is
Yeah.
not. I want to make it really clear. I was not flagged for any particular condition. This is a routine screening for people
is.
of my age.
Right.
It is routine if you have ever smoked in your life.
Oh, okay. So I did
So that's
put
why
that down.
you
Probably.
got flagged.
Yeah. There it is again. Smokers, be aware of that. You know, but
Josh,
you know,
prepare the tapes, just in case. When's the last time you've had a coffin nail, Mike?
oh, a very, very long time. Maybe the longest period of time. There was that time when I would once in a blue moon, do
Right.
that. And I haven't done it in long.
I think
very,
my
very
last
long
one
time.
was in the first trip to New Orleans.
That's that you've. I don't know if I did. Did I? Because
Yeah.
if you were, I was probably.
All three of us. Yeah.
Really?
I don't know how you made it out of Vegas without. I've never seen so many smokers as
Oh,
Vegas.
contact high
All
just
I
from being in
smelled,
Vegas.
and we talked about this at the live show in Las Vegas, was the weed smell.
horrible.
Never smelled anything like that in my life, ever. Everybody smoking pot down on Fremont Street. Everybody. It was
it's
incredible.
so bad. And if you get sold gummies, you can have it without smoking. It's great.
But people certainly are enjoying vaping it and smoking
Yes,
it. I
they
saw a lot
do.
of people with
Right.
just old traditional joints everywhere, and it was wafting. And you know what? I have to say this. I'll ask both of you.
Yes.
It is not a particularly pleasant odor, is it?
No.
No.
There's nothing nice about it. It's nastiness.
Not
It's,
as bad as cigars, but it's still pretty bad.
Now, Mike,
Yeah,
aren't you
I
glad
agree.
we will not have that on our beaches?
Yeah, I am. I actually, first
Our
of all,
beaches.
of all
Well,
the,
that's how DeSantis presented it
yeah,
to Florida.
smoking, and it would have been wafting on our beach. But I didn't, I have always thought that God loved them. The potheads in America, the weed
Yes.
lovers, it's a very powerful group, very
It is.
powerful lobby. And, and Rob might back me up on this.
Okay.
We have had multiple pot smokers in our wheelhouse for many,
Going
many years.
way back.
Rob, did you like me find that there was a superiority complex with the pot smokers compared to
Yeah.
the drinkers?
Of course.
They thought it was
Because
somehow better. You didn't
somehow
get in
more
altercations. You didn't
Elegant
have
or
lapses
something
in,
like that. Yeah.
like things would be said like you'd never get into any kind of argument on. But
Yeah.
and I disagree with that. And it's been documented that being under the influence of weed, you can have a problem operating a motor vehicle just like with alcohol, hasn't
Yeah.
it? Oh, I'm going to get so much hate. I will get so
but that
much
was-
hate for saying this today. I
No,
really
I
won't.
don't, I don't
That
think
was
you're-
always an argument, was that on weed you're more focused.
Yes.
I'm a better driver on weed.
Right. And it's
Well,
not true.
It's
No.
not. But what it is that it's very important to them, Mike, because even though I used to drink and you still drink and you like to drink, you're not going to build your whole day around finding your next beer. Whereas that is always the primary focus.
We're going to catch there is some the
I don't care.
The passion of the marijuana users in our audience are going to be, oh, you guys
They're gonna
no,
forget to write.
I'm all for. I voted for legalizing it in Florida. But after it went down, it's not like I cried myself to sleep. And then when I went out to Las Vegas and I said, if that's the way it would have been in public places down here,
I have
Distinct.
a neighbor. I have a neighbor that goes out on his back porch and smokes. And because of
Sparks
that,
up.
Yep, and it ruins my chance to use my lanai because I go out there and it smells horrible, so I go back inside.
Yeah,
So
I've
he-
got
yeah.
I've got a neighbor who smokes a cigar right outside. And, our houses are jammed next to each other. They're townhouses. So when he smokes a cigar, he's like literally 15 feet away from me from where I'm sitting. And
I have a
can't
neighbor that
open a
burns
window.
garbage on his lanai
Mike,
down here.
be
Just a
honest.
big pile
It's-
of garbage.
it's you.
It's me.
Is the tire
Trash
out
can.
yet?
Yeah, burning the tire. Isn't there a name for that? Don't they kill people like that in third world countries where they put a tire around somebody and then they light it on fire? It's a horrible way to go.
That's not a good way to go.
I've seen
car
that though.
accident
It's
over that.
just it's despicable. It really
It
is.
is. It
So
is.
today, that's what I will do. That's why all the fluid in my body has been sucked out of this. Another thing with getting older, I think you have to be mindful of the water intake. And so I'll be glad when it's over. I'll be glad when Fiber Optic Man arrives. I'll be glad when this day is over. I'm sorry. Sometimes I feel that way. I really, this is going to be the only pleasant part of my day right now. The rest of it is just dicking around with things I have to do. And maybe the anticipation for my favorite holiday is diminished this year because we are not going to be having the Thanksgiving holiday here at Shea O'Mara. It's
In
not
the
going to happen.
past, it's been your favorite holiday and a
Yes.
source of great joy and
Joy.
excitement for you. Yes.
Because both my daughters come into town.
Right.
And my ex, I believe, is moving out of her home up in Virginia. Therefore, they're having one last Thanksgiving there. And but I'll get Elizabeth.
That
I
must
think
mean
for Christmas.
a lot to them.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I've never had what is that? Don't cause trouble. What are you
I'm
talking
not.
about?
I'm just saying that one last building. It's a house. It's no big deal. It's not the family.
No, but I mean, when you've had your family gatherings and your family feasts in that particular, it's nostalgic, and I completely understand
All
why
right.
my ex's mother wants to, take my kids for Thanksgiving.
I think
understand
you should at
that.
least get half.
No, I don't. We've never had an issue with that. We've not, and that's by the way, for people that go through divorce that I counsel, I say don't sweat that stuff. Utilize it. If you sweat that stuff, you're going to have trouble. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't. What matters is a good relationship with everybody all around, and you don't sweat that stuff. But it still doesn't take away from me being sad and a little bummed that I'm going to be going to my mother-in-law's place for Thanksgiving. Although that'll be a perfectly fine afternoon, and we're not responsible for doing anything. Then fine.
Quinn in the chat room, Mike. This just in. Quinn says the burning tire around the neck death is called a Haitian necktie.
Yeah, it's also
No, I
referred to
don't
as-
think. I don't think it's got
referred to
Haitian.
as necklacing.
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 What is it? Put
When
the
he
G
says
on
it, it
Put
sounds
the
like
G
a
on it. What is
drug.
it? Is it
Well, I can't
necklacing?
do that. Necklacing.
Neck lacing.
Penguins.
Penguins, Mike. I'm gonna be okay. The doctor gave me 10 milligrams of neck lacing.
The sound of today's show is really off. Rob's level is very low. Mike sounds perfect.
Of course.
All right, so Rob, turn yourself up a little
I
bit.
will. I shall. Thank you.
Yeah, you do sound far away.
Oh,
a
All
little
right.
See, now you've directed Mike to the comments.
1, 2, 3. I didn't mean to.
I can
direct-
handle
no
it.
caffeine today. It's
I
gonna
can
be
handle it.
distracting.
I'm just trying different
But-
things.
Mike, you're going to your mother-in-law's, but you're still going to have a traditional Thanksgiving.
That is true, and
yeah.
that's all that
No.
really matters. But
Mike, is it going to be like the scene in Mommy Dearest where it's just 4 of you at a table silently eating with the cutlery clinking against the plate?
it'll be quiet.
Yeah.
It'll be a little more quiet than I'm used to.
I hate to play.
And by the way,
inside-
our friends, the Beckers, just down
Yeah.
the road, when we called, and they didn't know my daughters weren't coming, but I called them and they said we have friends in.
Oh, how nice for them.
Just like that. Yeah, just like that.
Mike, I hate to play inside baseball, but it won't be as quiet as the Thanksgiving you imagine with your first wife's family.
Thanksgiving was a rough holiday.
I know.
Thanksgiving was the holiday that I got the word that was kind of all she wrote. I think.
know. Yeah.
I think.
I think you're right. I think you
my
are.
mom might have been in residence.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She was.
All right, now you're too loud.
Okay, I
Now
can
you're-
fix that.
Now Jesus
So,
Christ.
so you found out on Thanksgiving?
I believe it was around that holiday that I found out things were.
By my memory, it was that weekend. and
Is
your
there
mom
an in
was there.
between? Is there an in between for your volume?
Yeah.
It's either I'm Rob or I'm Rob. I'm getting a little frustrated. Yes, I shouldn't have looked at the chat room.
I'm frustrated too because I want to make it right. But what
Mark said
sounded-
better, thank you, but then I made you change it again.
Yeah.
Oh,
The,
okay.
the
I'll-
difference is the listener likes Rob loud. Mike likes Rob soft.
Well, that
So we
can be
gotta find
fixed.
that middle.
That can
Yeah.
be fixed.
Yes.
All right.
There are many levels. Rob has been challenged with his microphone levels since he went to Leesburg. That's a fact, and we have to tweak it periodically.
Yeah, for
That's
my whole life, really.
Now you're not. You're a little more, please.
A little
Since
more.
I'm paying attention
juice?
to the chat room.
All right, Mike. Let me tell you this.
How about this? How about
Right.
instead of being shecky, just really think about your level for a minute. Really try it and go give me 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Little more.
1, 2, 3.
Little more. Little more.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
That's fine. I think we
Okay.
can do with
Yeah.
that.
Go there.
Okay. Thank you.
Let us know, Mark. I'm paying attention to you today. Good morning, Lonnie.
Rob, you have a traditional Thanksgiving. Are both your kids coming into town?
Both kids will be here. My mom will be here. My sister-in-law and her boyfriend will be here.
That sounded a little mellow with that.
Well,
This is Carrie's older sister,
yeah. I mean,
the
they
flight
always show-
attendant.
the flight attendant, and they'll
Mhm.
probably bring their dog. And I'm trying to think if we have anyone else. Maybe Julia's boyfriend. I don't know. But I mean, I'll cook enough for 30 people, so they'll all be here. But
You
know,
don't cook everything, do you?
Let's see. My mom will usually bring the broccoli pie, and
Is that a
Mike,
real
it's
thing?
good. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. It's
Broccoli
Mike,
pie.
What is
Mike,
broccoli pie?
it's an old Bisquick recipe, and it's called Impossible Chicken Pie. But you leave the chicken out, and so it's Bisquick and cheese and broccoli baked in a pie shell that you can eat.
Oh, it's like a breakfast quiche,
Sort of, yeah.
like an egg dish.
But it magically makes its own crust because it's made by Bisquick.
Nabisco, the National Biscuit Company.
Like the National Biscuit Company is proud to present Bisquick, a buttermilk cake
Bisquick.
mix.
There we
Bisquick.
go.
But it is
Bisquick.
good. But that's what my mom
It sounds like it would generate, and I'm not doing just fart humor, but it does sound like it would generate a tremendous amount of gas.
Why would
That-
cheese
that
and
would-
broccoli make you fart?
That would be.
That's
that
a
would be
tradition.
something.
But yeah, I
truly.
think everything else I cook, my mom assists always with the gravy and the creamed onions because I like to cook with my mom. But understand, I make everything.
Mark, has his level gone down again? Let me know. I want to really know. I'm really testing you.
Just
You're
call
my
me.
you're my arbiter.
Call Mike.
Because I think
said it
his
sounds great.
Mark. Well, that was as of
A minute ago.
A minute ago. All right.
So now it's no good?
No, it's fine. Don't touch it. Let's just wait.
I'm going to wait for what Mark says because I
All
think
right.
you're still a little soft.
All right. Well, that's because I'm getting older.
Now,
We're
see,
not
my,
half the man I used to be.
my Thanksgiving's going to be a little noisier because we're not doing the traditional Thanksgiving dinner.
You are
Instead-
traveling, are you not?
Yeah.
Are you not traveling to your daughters?
I am. I do not want my daughter to come home for Thanksgiving because she has exams the week after. So instead, we are going to Orlando to visit her for the day.
To
And we are
Disney
going-
Disney College.
It's
right?
a Disney
Yeah,
themed
yeah.
Thanksgiving,
UCF.
isn't it? Yeah.
UCF. So for Thanksgiving lunch, dinner, we are heading over to Disney Springs and going to the T-Rex Cafe,
Oh, look at that.
There it is.
Yeah.
which looks like the Rainforest Cafe for dinosaurs.
In some ways, Josh, I think it's interesting and exciting. In other ways, incredibly sad.
Sad is what I get. Do you think that once you get to the Dinosaur Cafe and you go through all your theme stuff and order like your Tyrannosaurus Rex cocktail or whatever, will you order something like turkey and dressing? Or is
Well,
it
I
just going to
mean-
be like a burger?
Didn't dinosaurs like turn into turkeys and birds or something?
Yeah,
Isn't
but
that what
it's,
they want us to
yeah.
believe?
Have you looked, or has your wife looked?
No.
Has Kelly looked at a menu to see whether there's anything normal Thanksgiving fare on the menu?
No, have not looked.
Bring up
And
the
I was-
menu because I'm
and, you
curious
know-
if they have puns on the menu. You
I'm
know,
sure
like
they
something
do.
Dinosaurus.
And I was excited to kind of people watch of what type of people go here for Thanksgiving.
Well, I would imagine
And then I realized it's vacation people.
it's vacation. It's going to be bat S. Even
Right.
driving around there is going to be absolutely nuts.
Yeah, I did not think of any of that.
And you know
You-
that
the
all
fact-
the people, Josh, are going to be looking at you for the same reason. Who
If
brings
you're
his family
thinking-
here?
Being on the interstate I-4, that's the one that goes through Orlando, at Thanksgiving time, I would just tell you, give yourself plenty of time because
Yeah.
it's going to be absolutely nuts, you know?
And here's the menu, Rob.
Oh,
You can get
carnivores. That's cute, Mike, because carnivores eat meat.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Rob. Thank you.
And a brontosaurus represents the burgers and sandwiches. Any cute names on that? It's on a small
A
font for me.
Megasaurus burger, a Bronto burger.
There they
Don't
are.
worry, here's your herbivore.
Herbivore.
And I saw at the top they've got a Supersaurus sampler.
Oh, that'll be great.
Oh, that sounds
And
absolutely
if you
yummy.
have any trouble, Josh, complain to the manager, Mr. Slate.
A totally dinosaur-themed restaurant.
Right.
Hey, can I ask this question?
Yes.
You're going to see your daughter,
Yes.
and are you bringing everybody with you?
Yes.
All your how many progeny? How many children under your roof right now?
At the moment, 0. But
Zero. Okay.
But I
got
mean when they
50-50
come home from
custody.
school.
When
All right,
when we
he's
get
got
all the kids
50-50. I'm
together-
talking about when you have
when we get all the
kids.
kids together, there are 4 kids.
There are 4
Okay.
kids, and they will be
17, 10, and 10.
19, 17, 10, and 10. They will all be with you
They will all be with us.
for Thanksgiving. So,
For the day.
and 10 and 10 even, not necessary. Why the fancy schmancy dino place? Is who wants this?
Well, my 17-year-old wants to go to college for paleontology.
Oh,
where she's
so
going
it's
to college
kind of
next
so
year.
it's tying
So
into her
It's tying into all that.
fossil-loving
Yes.
world. Oh,
and
that's
what
sweet.
10-year-old isn't going to like dinosaurs?
You're okay. Now that asked and answered.
It just
I
But
doesn't
you know,
fit
Josh, if you want to
with
save a little
Thanksgiving.
money and she loves fossils, you should go to Cracker Barrel.
I'm ending that. That's it. That's too good
And
a
we're
line.
done here. Thank you
That's
and
it.
good night.
That's it. Cracker Barrel to see. Come down here to South Fort Myers and go to the Cracker Barrel.
Hey,
You'll
look
see.
on the wall. There's a snowshoe.
Look at all the obese fossils. Really
No
exciting.
wonder the dinosaurs died.
Have the blueberry pancakes.
Look, we have a-
24/7.
We have a promo here.
Yeah, you got it, pal.
Your claim to fame is to know the names with a new game on the latest bonus show.
It's going to be big, big fun.
Is it a real person or a fakery?
Let's go with Rick.
I want to use Rick Schofield.
But Mike, it's not really a friend, is it?
I have no Peter.
I'm so f***ed on this.
Plus, some revealing info is shared from the water closet.
Never taken a in a Starbucks.
Give your friends and loved ones the gift of TMOS for the holidays. T-shirts, hoodies, dog collars, ornaments, and bonus show subscriptions are on sale now at the store at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
The corn is ripe.
Laundry is a lousy ritual. It's a
is.
drag. But our next sponsor has made the ritual of Laundry Day so much better. This podcast is powered by Laundry Sauce. Laundry Sauce created the world's best-smelling laundry detergent in a simple-to-use, high-performance pod. Laundry Sauce has transformed doing laundry into a luxurious and exciting experience. So, what's the secret sauce behind Laundry Sauce? They partnered with one of the top fragrance houses in the world. The same team behind many of your favorite designer scents, from Australian sandalwood, try that one, to Egyptian rose, to Siberian pine. Laundry Day will never smell the same. It's what we use in the O'Mara household, and we love it. By the way, the reviews are great, too. Jay said, if this laundry soap was food, it could only be described as delicious.
Yum.
Plus, if you aren't happy, send back your laundry sauce for a full refund, no questions asked. Come smell me. I hope you do. There you go. Remember what Carla said about the copy, Rob?
Oh, no. Oh,
So
no.
Carla asked Rob to rewrite all the copy, which he chose not to do. That's
Mike,
why
you
it
know
says,
what's
come
crazy?
smell me in Vegas.
I actually updated the quote and didn't take that out. Ah, it's on me. I'm sorry. But come
John
smell
Pop,
them
now
anyway.
is the time to elevate your
Oh,
laundry
stop
ritual
it.
with Laundry Sauce. Head to laundrysauce.com/TMOS and use promo code TMOS at checkout for 15% off. That's the best offer you'll find, but you got to use our code TMOS for 15% off your order. One last time, that's laundrysauce.com/TMOS, promo code TMOS also for 15% off, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm the worst. Mike, I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. It's
I hate
holiday.
it.
We're
I
getting
hate
into
it.
holiday season right now.
Hate
there.
it.
Yes, hooray. Yeah, Rob, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the dirt.
I understand, Mike.
That's the way it goes.
And people will be able to smell you next.
That's right. We've got lots of plans.
Oh, and actually, there is some lingering scent of Mike in Vegas. If you head to the hotel, he's still just a little bit. You got to sit.
Well,
in the right
we're
place.
still having a few more months of old Joe, and we're still enjoying Joe Biden. On Sunday, President Biden became the first sitting U.S. president to visit the Amazon rainforest, where he said that nobody can reverse the, quote, clean energy revolution that's underway in America. To which Donald Trump replied, "Hold my McNuggets." Now, whether this visit mattered or not, at least it created an unbelievable meme, a
Yes.
fantastic meme, because after Biden finished speaking at his makeshift podium, he seemed to wander off into the jungle.
It's the weirdest.
This is how it went down. We have the video. Let's take a look at President Joe Biden, who appears to be leaving the presidency right after this speech, ladies and gentlemen.
Josh, let me play mine first.
Yeah, Rob, go with yours because, Mike, this is interesting because Rob also pulled this video.
Okay.
And the way it is edited with Rob's leans into the meme. The video
it
that
does.
you sent me shows what he was doing.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
All
I
right.
think you'll enjoy this because he's walking to nobody.
There he goes. And then if he hadn't turned, now it looks like he's wandering into the forest.
Yep, there he goes.
There he goes. You know, the thing I didn't like about that particular one, Josh, and why I want you to play the other one, is because he continues his walk.
Well, that's
and it's
what I was
got
gonna say.
music in
Yeah.
back of it, you know?
If you watch this one, he continues his walk, and once
Right.
he turns in, he gives someone a thumbs up. So there's someone there that he's walking to.
Yeah, this one's got a little music and
Well,
stuff.
this
but,
is the guy
check
that
this out.
challenged him to walk into the woods, and he said, "See, I did it."
Yep, there we go.
So let's preserve this secret place for our time and forever, for the benefit of all humanity. Thank you very, very much.
They're hitting some sort of maracas
Yeah.
or something.
Oh,
There
this
he goes.
is
They
different
zoom
feed, yeah.
in, and Joe.
He thumbs up someone over there.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
it's a tribesman.
Wow, it's just so weird. You never see a president with no one around them, and he's all by himself. And the whole
You
reason.
also, you
Go ahead,
also
Josh.
on that clip get to see the Secret Service
Yes.
guy who's dressed down.
Yeah, I
the
know.
cool guy, yeah.
Very,
Yeah.
very cool. One of the memes quotes said, and he was never seen again. Another one said, why it looked like they released him back into the wild, but they said MF.
No.
So screw
They,
them.
they
the
need to edit
haters.
that like a Field of Dreams type thing.
Exactly.
His body
Grace.
just disappears
Why
as
don't
he
they
goes
play
in.
it? Why don't they play it in reverse? And it looks like a great entrance where he walks out of the woods backwards. Ta-da!
That's we'll contact them, Rob, and see if they can do that. Pete Davidson might be back in rehab. Britain's
Oh.
not always reliable Sun tabloid claims that he checked himself in after a secret romance and breakup with Maria Georges from The Bachelor. Does anybody know what she looks like? She's probably hot. It's Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
A so-called source says, quote, he checked into rehab in Florida fairly recently. I should have known that. I know
Yes.
everything that goes on in my state. He flew in on a private jet. He's in pretty bad shape this time around. He's not in a good place. Pete showed up on a. By the way, how do you tell if Pete Davidson's in bad shape?
You count the rings. It's like a
Pete,
like a tree.
Pete showed up on Saturday Night Live on November 2nd, and he
with
was seen at seen at a restaurant in Tennessee on November 5th. So if he's in rehab, he did indeed check in pretty recently. So we'll have to.
You know,
check
I
that out.
remember I was surprised to see him on the Mulaney episode of SNL, and he didn't look good. You know what was weird? He looked puffy or heavy. And
Mulaney
that's-
looked puffy too,
Well, I think Mulaney, I've been looking at him. He's had a lot of work done.
but
'Cause
Mulaney
he-
doesn't look. The drugged out Mulaney that he kept from everybody was
Yes.
looked
And
like
here's
he
the
was.
girl.
Oh, can we get a close single shot? Maybe click on a single shot so we can see. And he
She's
just
a,
broke
you know
up
what
with
she
her.
is? She's a raven-haired lovely right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is she one of the Golden Bachelorettes? Probably not. She looks
It's like a little bit of an
Looks a
overlay.
little young.
Sorry, we're terrible. We're terrible people. I
her
apologize.
lips are a separate contestant, Mike.
I love Cape Fear. I love the Robert De Niro, Nick Nolte
Yes.
Cape Fear. Jessica Lange in that one also,
I
and
love the
Juliette
Mitchum-
Lewis.
The
you know?
the Mitchum one is great too. I mean, if
And
you go
Mitchum
back-
is in both. Mitchum plays
Yeah.
a detective in the other one. So Cape Fear, already two really great movies. First, the one Rob mentioned, back in the Dark Ages, and then in 1991, which is also the Dark Ages,
It
so
is
long ago.
Like that's only 33 years ago.
Robert, that's how. When I see that, I go, what?
I know, what?
Robert De Niro, Nick Nolte. De Niro was just unbelievably
Scary.
jacked and buff for this role and played just such a great evil dude. Now it's being turned into a TV series for Apple TV Plus with the aforementioned Javier Bardem playing the psychotic Max Cady. You can't do better than that.
I
you
thought
know?
Javier would play the daughter. I thought he'd play the Juliette Lewis role.
It'll be a 10-episode series produced by Martin Scorsese. Oh, wow. This is
Awesome.
getting better and better. And I think it's very easy to turn that into a series. You can have multi-layers
Well,
of
especially
of all
Mike,
that.
what you have to do is pad it out. They'll probably add in a wacky neighbor and some mix-up. Where
Why do you turn everything into the Munsters?
it'd be so great if Max Cady says, "I can't go to the school function. I have to go murder my neighbor." Womp womp womp.
How about these two names? The two producers. I threw out one that was a very big name, Martin
Yeah.
Scorsese. There's another guy, not as well known, Steven Spielberg.
Oh, he's
also.
good. Yeah.
Here's some useless trivia. Cape Fear was adapted from the 1957 novel The Executioners by John D. McDonald.
I didn't know that.
Very, very, very scary. And I just thought of another person that's in that movie in 1991, Joe Don Baker. Joe Don
wow.
Baker is
JDB.
the PI, I think. Remember that? He was in that one, too. What a great movie. All right, do you put sugar in your coffee, gentlemen? Do you ever put sugar in your coffee?
Sure.
Regular sugar or sweetener?
Of course, sugar, Mike. You know I'm
Regular
the purist.
sugar. Yeah, Rob, even you, I think, might want to give this a try.
Okay.
A new study in Canada found, and Josh is a Red Bull guy. We're trying to get him off that, but he's a Red Bull guy.
When coffee, it's straight black.
Okay.
Nothing in it.
A new study out of Canada found you should try adding one of Canada's most famous exports instead, and exported from parts of New England. Researchers found that using maple syrup in your coffee comes with some major. Don't give the. Rob, it's not going to taste mapley. It's just going to sweeten it because the coffee will overpower the maple. So you don't need to make that face. And here's a concept. It might be healthier for you.
Okay, what if I'm with you a little bit. What if you substituted the coffee with pancakes?
Unlike refined sugar, it's got more than 100 compounds and antioxidants that can boost immunity and help with inflammation. They had a bunch of people use maple syrup instead of sugar for several months. Now, in many cases, I think you need less maple syrup, and it makes the coffee sweeter. I might see. I take mine black. I'm so missing my coffee today. I really
know. I
am.
can tell. I'm surprised you didn't make this your lead story.
Oh, my. They had a bunch of people use maple syrup instead of sugar for several months. Here are 4 major health benefits they saw. Better blood sugar levels. Their blood sugar didn't spike as much, so switching to maple syrup could help you avoid the diabetes. Number 2, their blood pressure fell. The average person's systolic blood pressure, that's the top number, fell by 3 points. Less belly fat. Fat around the abdomen slowly but surely started melting away. Improved gut health. They ended up with less harmful bacteria in their gut and more good bacteria, so their digestion was better. We're talking about real maple syrup. Don't throw the Mrs. Butterworths in there because that won't have a good effect.
Since we've worked together, which is a long time, I think we worked together since Cape Fear came out. The
Counselor.
You have converted me from the cheap table syrup to the real stuff.
It's
I never
so
had
much
it growing
better,
up.
and you
It
don't
really
need
is.
as much because it's really good. Although when I go for it, I go for it. And oh my God! And I love the whole thing. I love everything they make with it. I love the fact that the way they get it, the way they go out and they tap the trees, and I love that it's sustainable.
Then
and
you come
it's
into
very
work
cool.
and you complain that pancakes are the worst food ever made.
They're the worst food ever made because they make me fall asleep and they make me
so
fall
tired.
down. They make me fall down. The pancake, if I go out in the morning on a weekend and I have a pancake, I fall down right after I eat it, and then I sleep. I sleep all day. Boy, I've been waiting. This is bigger than Thanksgiving, bigger than Christmas. Happy World Toilet Day.
Oh, I'm celebrating right now.
The United Nations made it a holiday more than a decade ago to raise awareness about sanitation needs around the world. Their motto this year is toilets, a place for peace. And a poll found it really is a spot we go when we need some peace and quiet. 38% of us sometimes go to the bathroom when we're out in public just to get some alone time or take a break. Here are the top 5 things we go to the bathroom for when we don't really need to go. I'll start with 5 and then get to the boring one, which is number 1. Number 5, to chat privately with friends. Have you ever gone into the bathroom because you needed to take an important call?
I never have. I have spoken from the bathroom, but I've never used it as a dodge place for privacy.
And that makes a lot more sense than taking friends in to talk.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
you all cramming in the stall.
You don't want to bring your friend into the bathroom, but sometimes that's not available.
Number 4,
Yes.
to get some alone time.
That's I don't buy that.
I've done that at an airport
Really?
where it's just overwhelming the amount of people.
This is true. Number 3, to get away from an awkward or uncomfortable situation. Never. I've never done that one. You know?
I've done it during this show.
Well, for me, the awkward and uncomfortable situation is I got to take a dump.
That is awkward. Just ask Pat Sajak.
Number 2, I've done this multiple times.
What's that?
To touch up makeup.
Stop it. You're
Or check
beautiful
my
naturally.
appearance in the mirror.
Yeah.
And number one, done this thousands of times, everybody has, to wash our hands.
Of course, Mike. And of course, 13% are undecided.
Yes. Are you reading the same story I'm reading right here?
No.
It said
I just guessed.
13% of people say they've also used a public bathroom to do drugs, Rob. It's not to that they're undecided.
Okay.
16% have gotten it on in a public restroom. Have
Yeah.
either one of you ever gotten romantic in a bathroom?
Actually, it's funny you should ask because Josh and I both have together.
I have, by the way.
You have?
I have. Oh yeah.
No.
What bathroom?
It sounds disgusting.
Huh?
What bathroom?
It sounds so dirty.
I will tell you what town it was in.
Okay.
It was in Naples, Florida.
So it was a massage joint.
No.
No.
No. It was a date.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
Anyone
It
we
was.
still know?
No,
I
shut
didn't
up,
think
Rob.
so.
God almighty, what is wrong with you today? This is giddy
Today?
Rob. Drives me nuts.
Well,
Finally, yes, go ahead.
Rob's always giddier to you when you don't have your coffee.
This is true. I guess that's exactly what it is.
Could
It makes
be.
me see clearly. A woman's travel plans were put on hold when she went into labor during a layover at a Miami International Airport. At Miami International Airport, the one I was just in.
Mm-hmm. Do they have a bathroom there in Naples?
Miami-Dade fire rescue personnel responded to the airport just after 5 p.m. Tuesday after a passenger's water broke, and she started giving birth near Checkpoint 1 in the hub's pre-security area. An airport employee said the woman was between flights and awaiting a plane that would have taken her to another state when her water broke. An American Airlines spokesman said they would not waive the woman's change fee and that the infant would be put into boarding group number 9. That's right, for the rest of the year. American
Always that.
Airlines humor, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I am going to do.
But Mike, you know what's a lucky break is the baby was only 21 inches at birth, so she was able to use it as a carry-on.
Yeah, right above, or under her seat, even though the feet are down there. We'll be
the
right
feet.
back, everybody. Hey, ho, ho, ho. Brand new, limited edition. Don't miss out. It's the 2024
Santa.
Mike O'Mara Show Christmas ornament.
Hi, Santa.
That's right, Frosty. And you're not going to get any presents.
Oh, no.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show Christmas ornament. Hey. Your house will look extra festive when you deck the halls with
What's
us.
that?
Yeah, I don't know. You can bring holiday cheer to every American with this tiny mini. That's the big one.
Yeah, Mike. Actually,
I've
no.
got
This is the right one. I've just lost a lot of weight. This is tiny.
It's a mini replica of the. Put the mug down, Rob. I want to see the regular one. It's the mini replica of the iconic TMOS campfire mug. Display them both like a mommy and her baby. In Miami, you can eat. It's perfect for decorating the tree, the office, or any place that needs a touch of show spirit. It comes with a custom loop,
It does.
so it's ready to hang.
Yeah.
Josh is hanging his right now.
From his finger.
And it comes standard in a Holly Jolly gift box. It really does. A beautiful, cute little gift box. Get one for yourself and one for a loved one. You'll get it. You'll both love it. So act fast. Supplies are extremely limited. And if you've collected our yearly ornament every December, this is the only way to get the one to make your set complete. Remember to buy your 2024 TMOS Christmas ornament at MikeO'MaraShow.com. And remember, it's an ornament at Christmas. And for the other 11 months, it's a shot glass. That's
Thank
what
you.
that was.
And Merry
Yeah.
Christmas, everybody.
I would show you mine, but I have given it to my sister to take back to Boston. Here's
Yeah, I have
will it
none.
be on? Will she put it on her tree though? Will she? You think she will?
No. You know what she'll do? She'll put a small potted plant in it. And she'll put it on a shelf with the logo facing the wall.
One 4-leaf clover.
One shamrock.
One pathetic 4-leaf clover inching its way out
Don't
of the earth.
Don't think for a minute it's going to be 4-leaf. It's
All right,
definitely a 3-leaf.
I want to
clover.
talk about this because Josh brought this to us right before the show.
All right.
And I have no idea where he got this. Usually death is something Rob Spiewak obsesses on,
Love
not
death.
Josh. But water cremation, did you say it's now legal in the state of Florida?
No, well, it's been legal in Florida.
Okay.
So you've got that as an option for yourself.
Right.
But the reason it came across my news desk is it just became legal in the state of Maryland.
In
Nice.
Maryland, it is now. I have no earthly idea
Get
what water cremation is.
And me either. And that's why I clicked on the story.
Okay.
It is considered a more eco-friendly way to dispose of a body because it doesn't, the burn and all that smoke and everything doesn't go up into the atmosphere.
What do you put the body in a blender or something like
No.
a disposal?
You put the body in a pressure vessel covered with a mixture of water and an alkali like potassium hydroxide.
Sure.
To disintegrate the body.
You then warm it up to 160 degrees Celsius, and it breaks down the soft tissue and dissolves the body into the water with just a few remaining dried bones that they then turn into a white powder.
Where do you put the goo when it's done? Do you just dump it?
Oh, that's the best part.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mike,
because
here's
I would
the
think
best
you
part.
always think about scattering ashes of a loved
Yeah.
one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you get the white powder still of the bones, but the goo, all the water, you just dump into your drain like any other sewage, and it goes straight out to the Chesapeake Bay.
And are there places that you're not doing this at home, right?
No, I think they just.
no, a funeral home does this.
Okay.
Yeah, the funeral home gets rid of the goo and gives you the powder that you can eat.
Right.
That's first of all, when we're talking about cremation,
Love it.
my mom. Thank you, Rob. My mom, God rest her soul, we scattered her ashes up near the home up in Maine, and of course the wind did shift. And one of the things I remember most vividly when we did that was just the sheer amount for a tiny little lady, which she was at the time of her passing, and how much material was in the plastic
Are
bag.
you sure there wasn't a
containing-
mix-up at the home?
And that what? Somehow
Well,
they cremated James Coco or something like that?
I was
Is
going
that
to
what
say
happened?
Jack Weston.
Right.
You got the ashes.
I just assume they always have just a big 50-gallon tub of ashes that they just scoop out and give you some.
I always thought that too.
People
It
have
can't-
always had a conspiracy theory on ashes that it's really not the person that it should be. It's just a little odd. I like the tradition of scattering of the ashes. I like that. I really do.
Then the good news is through water cremation you get 20% more ashes.
Why do you get 20% more? Because the bones are
Because
it's
it
nasty.
doesn't burn the
It's
bones
nasty.
and melt the
that
bones.
does make sense because the bones won't dissolve.
The
I
guy
wonder-
says this guy from the Baltimore
Water
funeral
crematorium.
home says our washing machine, what it does is it creates a wave that washes over the body, and within 3 hours all we have left are the skeletal remains that we return to the family.
So wait a minute. If they don't grind that up,
They
then
do.
you
I
could
think
actually
they-
put grandma's skeleton in the corner.
Now you're talking.
Now
I
now
think
I'm
they
laughing.
I think they grind them up.
Yeah, they have to if it's a powder. But
Yeah, there we go. The bones are then grounded into a fine powder and given to loved ones. The leftover water is sterile and tested before it's poured down the drain.
you mean the body water? How
Yes,
can it
the
be
body water. No, the body water, it's just drained
You
like
know,
anything else in your home.
All right.
To take a step back, my stepfather was, of course, taller and bigger than your mother, and all of his stuff fits in a lunchbox. So, I mean, how much ash did you get from your mom?
I want to say that it was a plastic bag that was about this high and maybe about that.
Did it come in
That
a
around.
convenient box? Because a lot of
don't-
times they'll give you
I
a
don't know.
box.
I don't know.
Does it come with a seal on the box?
I don't know.
Do you just scatter it?
I don't. We did scatter it. We did scatter. You know what? To me, I don't know how twisted this might make me sound, but as soon as he said all the body tissue is like washed away
Yeah.
from the skeleton, leaving only the skeleton remaining, part of me kind of says, wouldn't that be kind of unique if
I
you
love
really got the skeleton?
Well, they grind it up though. That's the
But
thing.
if they
Right.
didn't grind it up and you really had it and you put the knee bone connected to the thigh bone.
Which
I
bone?
mean,
If you could only leave behind one bone intact for your family,
the
what
skull.
bone? Oh, I would go with the humerus.
Of course you would. Of course you would, the humerus bone. Where is the humerus, Rob? Where
It's
is it?
right here.
Okay.
Ha ha ha! Yeah,
This is
It's-
the humerus bone?
I believe it is up here in the arm. It's your funny bone.
I
right?
don't. I think legally, don't they have to grind it down?
I don't know.
think
You
they
know,
can
they always
just
said
hand
that
out
George
bones.
Bush had a club at Yale that had skulls.
Skull and bones.
Yeah, they had that. And also, Mike, this is true. When they originally opened Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland, not World, they went to a California medical school and got real skeleton parts for Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well,
There are
that's
actual
cool.
skulls in there, yeah. Well, because Walt's a devil man.
But I think if we were to be used to getting skeletons, it might
Yes.
be might be an interesting way to do it.
The
I'm
humerus
I'm
is the
saying.
long bone in the upper arm that runs from shoulder to elbow. This guy right here.
No, I'd go with the skull. That was
Yeah, I
that'd be
suppose
the
that's
cool
good. What
part.
about the
No, it
teeth?
would probably wig me out. It would wig me out because
Well, it wouldn't because you're gone. It's your skull.
well, I mean, no, I'm talking about
someone else's.
family members, not mine. You're not.
no,
You're
I
making
said-
me dead. I don't
no,
want to.
I'm Mike. We're both dead in this scenario.
Okay.
You die. I die. You can leave one bone intact for your family. What is it? And you-
Skull,
but so it's
Yeah.
your skull.
the
But
head,
then
Yeah.
No, then you're asking for like a psycho situation where they're talking to you while you're
which
dead.
would be wonderful. You know,
Oh, and you know we
Or the
could
dead
make
guy.
it. We could.
we're
make,
not
we,
buying the car. Well, let's ask Dad. Dad, are
We
we
have-
buying the car? You know,
we
that
have
type of
hours
thing.
of tape of Mike. We could make the skull talk.
And maybe you could really, if you were to hire one of those police artists and have them come in and put the tissue, the clay, back on the face, you could have like a perfect bust of Dad.
Rebuild it. We can.
You could rebuild it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
But
what
I
about?
think they should take the body tissue liquid and put it in like a lava lamp.
That would be nice.
Or, skip the whole thing and just go to a taxidermist.
Oh, well, I mean, then you're really not doing anything but preserving it with fluid. Then
No, then you're recreating the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
yeah, you don't
I
want to
don't
do
think
that.
would be
And
a good.
the kids don't want to wear Dad's skin.
water cremation. It sounds gross to me. It really
When they
does.
water
It sounds
cremate
gross.
you, Mike, do you think they'll be able to save all the fabulous gold and silver you have in your teeth?
My George Washington.
Yeah,
too.
your George
All the
Washington.
ivory, all that damn ivory. Sell it. Make scrimshaw with it. Yes, sirree. Make scrimshaw, ladies and gentlemen.
This is on a record-setting show for old references.
Look at that. Yes, sirree. As Carla says, my George Washington teeth.
Oh,
Thank
I'm
you,
sure,
honey.
Mike, I want one of your teeth. Give me a molar to remember you by.
Fantastic. With a nice crown on it. Yes. A king's crown. We'll be right back, everybody. In a perfect world, we would all get enough of the nutrients we need for high-level performance from our diets alone. But in the real world, everyone could use some help in continuing to find a new personal best day after day. Now, I started with the Momentous 3. That's protein, creatine, omega-3. These are the 3 nutrients expert research shows as the foundation of long-term health. This protocol supports every cellular function of the brain and body. The Momentous 3 is the easiest way to drive the biggest impact on health span you will ever see. Even better, all of the Momentous formulas are designed with human performance experts and are NSF and Informed Sports certified for use by professional and collegiate athletes. That means sourcing ingredients for quality, not just what's cheapest. So, if you are interested in making a true investment in your health, why not join the best in human performance and be part of the change that's raising the bar on supplements? Just go to livemomentous.com. It is Live Momentous, right? Yes,
Right, exactly.
livemomentous.com and use the code TMOS for 20% off your new routine today. That's livemomentous.com with code TMOS. Get out there and enjoy yourself, ladies and gentlemen. All right, share the bed scam with us, Rob Spiewak. I want to hear all about it.
Do you sleep in a king-size bed?
King size bed. We do indeed.
Okay, for years and years. Carrie
Sleep
and I-
Number. Old
Exactly.
sponsor of the show. Love to
Exactly.
get him back.
When Carrie and I first met, we slept in a double bed, which is not very big. And then we went to a
Not for
queen
you
size.
two, Redwoods.
No, well, of course, back then, all the time. But when it came about sleeping,
know what he's talking about. It's disgusting.
It is gross, isn't it?
It
we
is.
got a queen size, and we were fine with that for a while. But when we got the dog, we finally got a king size, and a king size bed is great. I believe its measurements are 72 inches by 80 inches. And
40 cubits by 30 cubits by 60 cubits.
Josh, do you have a king size bed?
I do. I have a king size bed.
We actually, the first time we got a king size bed, had to get we got the split box spring and the whole deal. Well, there's a new bed out there, Mike. I've heard there's a slightly larger one called the California King.
Yeah, I had that for a while, but every time I get into the bed, it would say, "What are you doing here?"
Did you have trouble buying linens?
I didn't have. I never
so
had a
big.
California king. Never.
Okay.
Only a king. Only a king.
Mike, what you need to get then is the Alaska King size bed.
Bigger than a California king?
Mike, it is 9 feet by 9 feet. And they are selling them largely to basketball players and exceptionally large athletes.
Okay.
But
All
think
right.
about it. A king
would
size
need a
bed
new
is
bedroom.
big. Yeah, exactly. My kids' bedrooms are 10 feet by 10 feet. I know.
You know, for
because
some
it's
reason, I'm just sad right now that John Panetta is dead. I really am. He would have loved that. You know?
I would see Mike actually. Do you think he slept in the middle of the bed and the sides went up?
You know, we're so space challenged that my son was in the marital bed for Saturday and Sunday night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. By Sunday night, he'd taken his sleeping bag and gotten down on the floor by his choice because he just couldn't get comfortable. He got less comfortable each and every night, and of course,
come,
for
do you
us,
think?
I have no idea. But by by Saturday night, he was wrestling the covers off of me, and I was delighted to have him hit the floor. And he slept like a rock when he slept on the floor Sunday night.
That's what it's like being a kid, though. You know, you can
Yep.
sleep anywhere, and
Mm-hmm.
you love sleeping in a sleeping bag outside. Adventure sleeping is the
that's
worst.
what kids do.
So, Mike, there's been other state named beds. I didn't realize this. The Montana King is 84 inches by 84 inches, still pretty big.
Bigger than the California king.
No, that's big. Yeah, it is bigger than the
Yeah,
California
California
All right.
King is just longer.
King. The Texas King is 80 by 98 inches. But there's what's his name? Bo Brown is a content creator. He's 7'1", so he bought the new Alaska King bed. And that's so big. I can't imagine finding the linens for it. And also, how much is too much? Do you need that kind of space?
Well, it's bigger than another that's really popular that you haven't mentioned.
What's that?
The Rhode Island King, which is 3 feet by 2 feet
Just little? It's good for
for
an
little
apartment.
people. For
Yeah.
very,
And
very
which-
little people.
Which state is the circle bed? Because I always wonder how you get linens for that.
That's
Oh,
Las
the
Vegas,
circle
baby.
bed. Has somebody been to
Yeah.
the Catskills for a honeymoon? Wow.
I've
Or a
never been on
heart-shaped
circle
bed.
bed.
Did you ever have either one of you ever have a water bed?
My Uncle Pete did.
I date myself with that, but I did for a time have a water bed. It was
Any
such
leakage
a joke.
issues?
No leakage, but it was a joke. It really was a joke. It was not pleasant when you really thought it was a gimmick. And a lot of people back in the day, a lot of people bought into the whole concept
But the
of
first
the water
time
bed.
the first time you lay on one, it's pretty cool.
You know, it's funny when we talk about mattresses. As someone who has had back issues for my entire life, I have a memory of a very, very nice resort that I believe is in the Maryland area and still active today, a place called Nemekalen Woodlands up
Are
in
you
Maryland.
sure you didn't make that up?
Isn't there a place up there, Josh? Nemekalen or...
I don't recognize what you're
Never
talking about.
heard of it.
All right, hold on a second.
All right.
Oh, I'll have him do it. He's better at it. He's faster. Nemocco.
I'm already on it. I've got it. It's in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, but right across the Maryland border. Pennsylvania, Nemekalen Woodlands. It's a place, right? Come on, I'm not an idiot. I'm not
place.
Well, no, it's a resort, right?
Yeah, I just clicked on. It's definitely a resort.
It's
I clicked
closed
on their
now, Mike, and
website
it's
and, like,
it's
some-
haunted.
Mouth, just a second, please. Calm down a
They've
little
got
bit.
The Chateau,
Yes,
or the Fallen Rock, or the Grand Lodge.
I stayed at the Grand Lodge, and they had feather mattresses, which
Feather
were
beds.
these feather beds, which were supposed to be a real selling point. And I woke up in the morning where I could not stand. My back had been thrown out overnight by that so badly that, obviously if you have a bad back, most people need the real super firm.
Feather beds need to be fluffed every day. So, I mean,
I need to be fluffed every day.
Look out.
Thank you, Johnny. I mean, it's but a soft bed will do me in every single time. And the thing that's cool, I still wish they were sponsored because I'm talking about them so much.
Yeah, they're good.
But I have held the line on my firmness on that number on my bed for such a long time. Absolutely no slippage, no leakage whatsoever.
Are you still?
Do you still have? You never got one, did you?
Never got
you never
one.
got
No.
Right. You got a discount, but you didn't get the freebie. You would have gotten it if you got the freebie.
Mike, they're no longer a client, so I will say this: even with a ridiculous discount, I still wouldn't get it.
Do you have a brand that you said? Probably a Serta. It's either it's a Serta or
it's an old brand.
Well, Mike, what we sold at Stalkup Furniture exclusively was Beauty Rest by Simmons.
Beauty Rest or Serta.
But
Yes.
I bought one of those beds that comes in a box that you unroll.
Like
You
the
can-
blue bed?
Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. It came in a box about the size, I hate to steal this reference from the spot, about the size of a mini fridge. Delivered it to my house. I opened the box, and in like an hour, it's a full-size, king-size bed.
Is it a mattress or
Yes.
so it's just
Nope.
the mattress.
No box spring. No
And
box
is it
spring.
an air-filled item?
No, it's just foam.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, mine
Yeah,
is
I've got
filled
the
with
same
shaving cream.
style.
Yours is filled with tapioca pudding.
It is. It's like a water bed. It's a pudding bed.
What do you
But no,
sleep on, Josh Soroka? I'm just curious.
Same as Rob.
Really,
Mattress came in a box.
Well, boys, call them up. Let's get them on the air then. We should have we've sold bedding since I've been doing this show. That'll be fantastic. I'll throw another client aside, but I wouldn't give up my bed.
No,
I
of
would
course
not
not.
give up my bed.
No.
I love that. I absolutely love it.
The mattress in a box is very competitive now. There's like 10 brands that are doing
Yeah.
it.
And you have to make sure you have a base that is very supportive. Like you can't get by with like 3 slats anymore like you used
Right.
to. Now
Right.
you've got like slat. If you're interested, Mike, in a really firm mattress, the Marcus Serta Perfect Sleeper is very good.
God, that's an old reference. No,
Thank
but
you, Chris Arnold.
Is it called mattress in a box?
No, there's different
No.
brands. I forget even the brand.
I
you
have another product. I don't know if they're the same company, but I have a dick in a box.
Really?
Did that grow also?
Yes, it is. Dick in a box.
Like step 1, get a box.
Dick in a box. I'm a child. We have to take a break.
right.
Oh my God!
And
what's
Mike,
wrong with
10
me?
seconds while you bring that up.
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live, when you bring back 2 cast members, and they are Kyle Mooney and the Dick in a Box guy. Oh God, what's Sandberg? Andy Sandberg.
Andy Sandberg.
Don't bother, because they weren't funny then, and they're not funny now.
Well, you have not referenced Saturday Night Live all season so far, so it's not that good, I would assume, right?
It's been medium. There's one sketch that sticks out, and if you haven't seen it, you should. There's a new female regular who did a song on Update about a party ending and her staying. That is the best thing I've seen on Saturday Night Live in 2 years.
Whoa!
It is funny and cute and really catchy. I think she's going to be one to watch.
All right, we'll come back with beautiful video with Rob Spiewak. How would you like to be the most interesting person at the holiday party? Would you? Leave the ugly sweater at home. Just show up with a bottle of wine from an independent winemaker with a truly unique story. Fabulous. This podcast is sponsored by Naked Wines, a subscription service that seamlessly connects you to the finest independent winemakers on the planet, so you get a case of the market's best quality wines for a fraction of the price you'd normally pay in stores. With our code, you can get 6 bottles for just $39.99. Naked Wines believes that... Did you burp?
No.
I thought I heard a
Josh?
burp.
No, I made a noise on my desk. My phone's stuck.
This show.
Naked Wines believes that great wine is an
some coffee.
experience that helps you connect with your friends, family, and community over a shared bottle of the grape. It's absolutely wonderful. Had it with my sister in town this weekend. We didn't have a clunker. It was fantastic. Turn off the noise of the outside world and uncork a bottle to celebrate the little joys in life. I'll give you one more tip here.
Yeah.
What you want to do is you want to get a little outdoor speaker, put it on a nice chill station, something that's really mellow music, and sip on your wine. Rob's got his speaker. All he needs, he doesn't drink, but enjoy it. You can pause or cancel at any time with Naked Wines. Now's the time to join the Naked Wines community. Head to nakedwines.com/TMOS and put in our code TMOS for both the code and password, and you'll get 6 bottles of wine for $39.99 with shipping included. That's nakedwines.com/TMOS, code and the thing at the top.
Exactly.
nakedwines.com/TMOS and code TMOS.
Exactly.
For 6 bottles of wine for $39.99. Buddy, have a drink. And now let's get right to it, Rob Spiewak.
Hey, I like that. Some beautiful video.
Dan O'Brien.
Mike, I was lax in not providing her name. The new cast member is named Jane Wickline.
Okay.
And if you search Jane Wickline party song, it's great. It gets funnier every time you watch it. She has one great line, make the dance floor bigger. It's my favorite.
All right.
Okay.
Jane Wickline.
Let's start with this. Mike, I hate pickleball. I hate a lot of things, but I really hate pickleball. I hate the notion of it.
You've never played. You've never tried.
No. Well, why would you do something you hate? I think
You can't hate something if you haven't tried it.
Right. You hate it because it's popular.
I hate the notion
And
of
it's
it.
athletic.
No, it's not that athletic. I could probably
It's
play
very
pickleball.
athletic for older people, and even for now they have like world champions, and they have tours.
You know
I
what?
enjoy
Send the
playing.
hate mail. Send the hate mail to me. I hate it. I think it lands on the shoulders of the white, privileged, older person. That's what I
it's
think.
the opposite. It's more accessible tennis.
No, what it is big fat ping pong. That's what it is. But anyway, there's a pickleball contest, Mike. I don't know. Would you call it a game, contest, whatever, a matchup?
Tournament?
It's a sport.
Nah, I don't think it is. But anyway, these people are really into it when the final point is scored. I don't think this is in the pickleball rule book right here.
Come on! Let's go!
It's a little loud.
Fuck yeah!
Oh, kicked him in the... Oh, you got to roll that again.
You got
that
it.
guy.
He absolutely clobbered him.
Oh my God, he kicked him in the head.
Yep.
So it is a pickleball tradition that at the end of the game you do go up and slap paddles like a high five. So that's what they started to do.
All
That's
right.
a fun tradition.
Now the guy on the far side is a little over exuberant.
Right.
And he's going, F yeah, which is just, you don't do that, man. You don't do that in sports. You're an a-hole when you do that. But you certainly don't respond by kicking the guy in the head.
Mike,
this
he's
is
the
pretty
best.
interesting.
He's the best pickler.
Let's go!
Okay, watch him.
Fuck yeah!
Oh, he dropped his paddle.
Oh, man.
Was that a setup? Did he drop the paddle on purpose?
No, I think what happened is he knocked the paddle out of his hand during the paddle.
I got to go
plunge.
for a three-fer. I want to see
Okay.
it because
He
it
goes
looks
in
like he
there-
KO'd him.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
And he goes in there real lazy like it's a setup.
All right,
Okay.
let's see.
So you think it might be fake?
That's just it isolated. I don't know that that's a setup. Now here's the final point again.
Come on! Let's go! Fuck yeah!
No, he knocks the guy's paddle out.
You know what? After watching it again, I'm glad that the guy that got kicked is the one that yelled F yeah.
Well,
that's
that's of
where it
course
got
the
kicked.
guy that yelled
That's
at
the
me.
whole
And he
point.
was the over-exuberant one. Well, that's
Yeah.
fascinating. I like that.
So watch out, Mike, and remember the official stance of the Mike O'Mara show is we hate pickleball. And
No. Read
read our
Disagree.
press release. It's going to hit all the majors today.
You could use pickleball, my boy. You could use it. You could really use it to
So
get
could
out
you.
and
I
do
think
something.
we all could.
Well, no,
well,
not.
there's-
I mean,
there's
I
an ex-
play a sport, Rob. I have my sport. You should get out of doors and play pickleball. It would be good for you.
No, the show would suffer. I feel sorry, Mike, that Ringo Starr is getting older. And, you know, I love Ringo. I think he's a great drummer. I just sounded like Trump. We all love Ringo.
I love Ringo.
But I think Ringo has been underrated as a drummer. But, Mike, he's got a little bit of Dolly Parton going on here. Now, he's got a new album out. It is called, and I jotted down, Look Up. And of all the Beatles, Ringo loved country music the best. If you ever had Beatles songs leaned towards country, he usually sang it. And here he is talking about why country music has always been special to him and why it's great now. But
I think I got some loose teeth here, Ringo.
Put a lot of emotion in country songs, you know. And once we were laughing, and what are you going to call the album? I thought, be on say.
He's still charming. He needs to go to Paul's hair color.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a Beatle and Rob Spiewak is sourcing video, you will get on this show no matter what you say, whether it makes any sense at all. That is, you played that because you love what you love, and you love Ringo.
But there is a loose plate
in
in there.
The joke? Yeah. Did you like the be on say joke? Is that why you played it?
No, I didn't like the joke that much. But it's Ringo, and he's our guy. But Mike, you got to admit that upper plate sounded loose.
It may have. I don't know. I'd have to finish my pickleball game first.
Okay, the official stance of the show: yay Ringo, boo pickleball.
Very good. Let's move on.
He also has hair colored like the amazing Blackstone.
And really, when you do that, when you overdo the hair coloring,
yes,
there's nothing.
It's
but
really bad.
You can go into your 80s, and if you still fade it a little bit,
yes.
you put a little gray in there.
Yes.
Poor Ringo. All right.
Mike, let's close with two tapes from the world of food. I like
All right.
food. Let's say you're going through the drive-thru at McDonald's, and remember what Joe Pesci said, you always get effed at the drive-thru. This is an excuse I've never heard before. All she wanted was a small fry.
I'm taking I'm in the bathroom.
You're in the bathroom?
Yes, I'm the one that's taking the orders, but I'm in the bathroom, so we only going to do DoorDash and Uber Eats.
You're admitting to a customer. You're in the bathroom doing what?
I'm in the bathroom. We're only doing DoorDash and Uber Eats at the moment.
So I can't order a small fry?
That's fake.
We don't do.
Do you think so?
It's totally contrived.
Okay. What? How come you think so?
Because they're just it's just forced. It
feels
forced.
I thought it was the real reason that the people in the drive-thru have wireless headsets, so they can. Hit
If
the
you're
bathroom
going
anytime
to
they
the
need
bathroom, you're not going to tell your customers,
Right.
and I don't think you have to have the screen in front of you when you take the order. Am I right about that? You don't
but
do
he's
it
not
like
t-
at it.
He's not
yeah,
taking
but not
the
to
order.
answer the call.
Yeah, he's got the wireless headset.
Answer the call. You press the button on the headset.
It might not be it might not be a very good McDonald's, but I think
play it
might
again.
be.
I want to see if he's the order taker.
Okay, here we go.
I'm taking I'm in the bathroom.
You're in the
So we
bathroom?
only doing it. Yes, I'm the one that's taking the orders, but I'm in the
I'm
bathroom.
the one that's
so
taking the
we only
order.
gonna do DoorDash and Uber Eats.
Yes.
You're
That's what-
admitting to a customer.
Yeah, but he can't
No,
take the
no.
order because he's in the bathroom.
Right. That's what he's saying is I can't take the order because I'm in the bathroom.
Got it. Okay.
The only thing that throws me off is how good his voice sounds.
Right.
That's
Because I
a
can
good
never
point,
understand.
And
the
her
guy.
reaction does not seem that weird, or
No,
it
'cause I would
seems
just
fake.
Drive off.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
wouldn't argue.
Right.
So, Mike,
Yes.
denied.
All right.
I'm sorry that
Pickleball.
was fake. But this is real. This is real. I'd watched this probably 10 times yesterday. I can't tell if I'm intrigued, my appetite is piqued, or if I'm disgusted. Do you remember in the 70s, Mike, like 1977, when a salad bar was a big thing?
Yeah, every restaurant had them. They were
Yeah.
huge. Absolutely.
And if any existed, COVID certainly got rid of them. But here is a classic salad bar ad with one of your favorite actors and a man who he did use water cremation. Here's William Conrad.
Ah, the famous Bonanza salad bar. Hey, this really inspires me. First, a bed of crisp, fresh lettuce, luscious ripe tomato, a ring or two of raw onion, a soupçon of crouton. Now, which salad dressing?
Italian.
Ah, French.
Bonanza doesn't charge you for salad with your meal.
Oh, may I?
Even the second time around. Because at Bonanza, we want you to come back.
Wow.
We want
William
you to come
Conrad.
back.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. He was a noted pickleball player.
Yeah, he was the ball himself.
You never know why Rob hates things, Josh. Sometimes he just does. Sometimes
I love
he just
William
hates.
Conrad. I hate pickleball.
We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode. I am off to the screening. Always fun. Yeah, being elderly in Florida.
Have
Should
fun
be a
on
lot
the
of
red
fun.
carpet.
Yeah, they'll be greeting me. We'll be back with a brand new episode. Buy an ornament. We'll see you tomorrow for Josh Soka, Rob Spiewak, Michael Mara saying so long, everybody.
Aloha.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hey, everybody, this is Reba McEntire.